And we kept trying to tell y'all that Chrisean is a terrible fucking mother and y'all was just trying to have her back and give her so much sympathy. Allegedly, Chrisean's son's medical records got leaked and it's saying that he suffered from withdrawals from when he was pregnant, okay, because I know the baby wasn't doing it, so that means the mama was, and we all saw her smoking and drinking while she was pregnant, okay? The medical records are also saying allegedly that he suffered from fetal alcohol syndrome, meaning that he is being affected from what his mama did, allegedly. Allegedly, it's saying that he also has a seizure disorder, and it's saying a few other things are contributing to the why he's 2 and he cannot walk yet. And even Yanti got on here. We've been trying to tell this girl to get help for her baby. She's talking about pray for her. All the prayers in the world ain't gonna work if you're not taking that baby to go get help.
Everyone asked, Lord, what else is new? When they noticed that Croc's kid was in the news once more, at this point, it seems that there is nothing more that can be said or that we don't already know. However, everyone is in shock over the recently disclosed truth, and people have been criticizing Chrisean for being a bad mother, because nothing is worse than injuring your son before he gets a chance at life.
Chrisean's son's medical records leaking and everybody seeing and hearing about what's on them does not cancel her. I don't know what else at this point will. Like, somebody needs to get that little boy out of her care and get him out of her care quick. I tried to give Chrisean the benefit of the doubt because, you know, you're not always the best parent. Not everybody is the best parent, but they might be the best parent for that child. No, she's not the best parent at all. Like, seeing what's on these medical records is making me sick. Like, mind y'all, he didn't ask to be here and she did not have to have him.
And according to CPS papers that were just disclosed, Junior's system contains both narcotics and alcohol, such as, in addition to discovering illicit drugs in his system, they also documented numerous instances in which Chrisean had abandoned her son in danger, and without supervision, such as when she left him unattended at the beach at 3 in the morning to attend a party, and how he flinches whenever she raises her hand as if something terrible were about to happen to him. That poor infant. The situation is actually getting worse. And just when you believe that the crotch drama is almost over, more information comes to light that makes you wonder how she was ever able to get away with it in the first place.
Looking at your son now, what type of legacy do you want to leave behind for him? What do you want him to know about Mom?
How to turn to God. I just want to teach him how to, because there's nothing I could do for him.
Do y'all want to know what's even more insane about this whole situation? Standing 10 toes down in quicksand, some individuals still maintain that Chrisean did nothing wrong and owes no one anything regarding her son. But lady, if there's any truth to the fresh information that's spilled out there, Chrisean really has to clean up soon and quit playing like a victim, because she's truly the one that's to blame out here. Now, Chrisean has never admitted to doing anything illegal when it comes to Chrisean Rock Jr., but her kid effectively admitted it for her because she never quit drinking during her pregnancy. Everyone has been speculating that her son may have had fetal alcohol syndrome, but wait until you hear this if you thought that was awful.
As bad as I would want this information that was just put out about Chrisean Jr. to be false, at some point I'm thinking it might be some type truth to it. Because you gotta think, almost 2-year-old child is laying on his back. He's not mobile, so that means he's in diapers. So that means he's sitting in that. So can I believe there were maybe possible breakdown of the skin? I can believe.
Given that some medical records that appear to be those of Chrisean Jr. have been circulating online, it's possible that Chrisean did what she always does and annoyed the wrong person. According to these documents, Junior may have fetal alcohol syndrome. Hold on, though, because this is where things start to go out of control. Additionally, according to the medical reports, he tested positive for illegal narcotics, including opiates and nose candy, and was still experiencing some serious withdrawal symptoms. The papers also made it very evident that Junior might have had more persistent problems. In addition to experiencing severe withdrawal symptoms from all of those narcotics, he also had seizures, spasticity, neonatal abstinence, and another condition known as cortical visual impairment. Damage has been done to this area of the brain that is involved in seeing clearly, and that's serious business. People have remarked that Junior doesn't seem to react to things that are right in front of him, even food, so it explains a lot, as much as I hate to say it. Therefore, It makes only sense that he wouldn't become thrilled and react in the same ways as a normal 2-year-old if he's confronted with something similar.
Like, honestly, I don't know why y'all even give Beats any type of attention whatsoever. We've never even seen Chrisean take Junior to the damn park. The park. And this is only a part of what we see during her entire day. Imagine what that boy gotta go through 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week with Chrisean, because y'all know she don't have no nanny, she don't have no caretaker, because she don't want anybody to know what Chrisean Jr. is going through. That he can't talk, he can squeak, he can't walk, he can't crawl. Like, what is actually going on?
According to the sources, Junior had been getting some assistance from an expert in orthopedics, cardiology, neuropathy, physiology, and more. Another section of the leak reveals that Chrisean Rock privately acknowledges that she drank beer and did nose candy during her whole pregnancy. So, she is taking some accountability even if she isn't doing it publicly. There is a lot of this, and it is quite unfortunate that Junior must cope with it from the beginning of his existence. However, some are also claiming that there is proof that Junior is receiving assistance from a group of professionals, which explains why CPS hasn't yet arrived to pick her up. Because of all of this, folks have been genuinely curious as to why this baby is still with Crow, proof of the suffering she has been causing him. The problem is that, according to the law, hospitals must report any suspected prenatal substance exposure in neonates, particularly if the child has numerous substance exposures. However, CPS would have a lot on their plate if infants were taken immediately whenever there was an issue. Rather, CPS would likely evaluate the scenario once the hospitals report it, and if they determine that there was a strong likelihood that the infant would not receive the required care, they would intervene and remove him from the situation. She is therefore set to go if the father, in this case Chrisean Rock, consents to work with her, provides the assistance she requires, and creates a secure place for him to heal. And they'll simply stop over occasionally to check that everything is still in working order. Does that make sense? The fact that Chrisean Rock frequently prioritizes her son's needs over her own, and that she does it in public for everyone to see, is what has people curious about this whole situation. Who can forget the time she was spotted not holding her infant boy properly, or the time she left him locked in the car to dispute with Blueface on the phone? Fans even shamed her not too long ago for abandoning her son on the beach at 3 in the morning while she was enjoying herself at a beach party.
Now what if a wave came up and washed him offshore and he drowned and he got unalived? All because you wanted to go to that party so bad you couldn't find a reliable arrangement, get him a babysitter so he can be properly cared for while you go out 3 a.m. in the morning to go party on the beach. Is it that serious? Some people are just not meant to have kids. I mean, like, I don't like to judge nobody parenting, but she just be doing, she do shit and it's giving like, it's off her clout. She want to stay, she want to be the buzz.
But if you thought that Crone leaving her son unattended was the most reckless thing she did with him, then you are in for a revelation.
Watch this. Why you run like that? Why you run like that? Why you run like that? He like, hey. Okay.
And in one of the recent lifetimes, people started noticing something unusual about the way Junior is with his mother. The moment she raised her hands, he started to wriggle and shuffle around, like he wanted to get the heck out of here, while Chrisean simply chuckled. Some were thinking that possibly Junior was having a seizure or something, given his medical report that just came in. But y'all, this truly isn't sitting good. Before she lifted her hand, Croc whispered, "Watch this," and this suggests that she probably knew what was about to happen when she did it. Then she had to pull him off camera to calm him down. So, the internet isn't really buying the whole argument that this is a typical response a youngster should have to a hand being raised. Someone even commented, "I've heard some suggest it was a seizure, but I don't think so. The time between her taking that breath and him freaking isn't a coincidence, IMO. This kid was afraid in that moment. I've never seen him move like that. It appeared like he was doing his darndest to pull away from her. Once she turned and grabbed a grip of him properly, he spooked even more and started to cry like he knew what was coming. I can accept the folks arguing that it may be a seizure, but the sad reality is I do think she's capable of continually physically abusing her own child. And maybe doing so, it's concerned that Junior is still not in a situation that seems to be best for him, and the streets are saying that it's much worse than that. Because if this is what we're seeing, then picture what else is going on that we know nothing about. Crone should have never become a mother. We all knew she was unsuited to be a mom and witnessed her being careless during her pregnancy. That medical report is insane. How can a baby be under 10 different specialists? He doesn't stand a chance, I'm afraid. She never wanted him, so she resents him, especially because he's not the billionaire baby she was depending on. I'm not surprised. She takes her anger, resentment, and embarrassment out on him physically and verbally. We see that in her connections and interactions with humans and animals. She loves to bully individuals she feels are weaker than her. Junior is no exception. Cash Rock needs to go to jail, and her baby has to be placed in a loving home. I really didn't want to read the medical records of that infant, and now this is hurtful. But do you folks think the medical report is real? Share your opinions in the comments. And make sure you like and subscribe before you watch the next video, because there's a lot of stuff that we have to talk about, and I'll see you in the next one.